Hey, it's Tim. Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and the 2022 Toyota Tundra is certainly going to cause lots of conversations about the overall design. So I thought, why not hear from the man himself who kind of led the design efforts, the chief designer, and let's let him explain his vision for this truck. Let's get to this video right now.
I want to talk about design language, and designers love to talk about design language. That's pretty much what we live for. And the language of this truck is technical muscle. And we came up with that term because we think it's a great balance of something rational and something emotional. And the rational part is technical. And these trucks are purpose-built. They have activity to participate in with our customers, and we love that aspect. And we wanted to create something that had a strong engineered look in a technical aspect, and then linked with muscle, which is kind of the emotional, powerful end of this truck. And one of our inspirations was Iron Man, the superhero. And if you think about that, it's a human type figure with power and muscle, but it's all cloaked in technology. And that's what this truck is. And the technology part is really important to our customer, that they can feel it and experience that. So let's go ahead and just do one other point I want to mention too, related to the styling language that's very important, is the term interlocked shapes. And we view interlocked forms as being, they symbolize something that's unbreakable. They're strong, they're capable, they're dependable. So kind of like, puzzle pieces coming together. So as you walk around this truck, just take a look at all the little areas. For example, the way the headlight is locked into the front fender, the way the tail light is locked into the rear quarter panel. And overall, holistically, this creates a really wonderful, strong, well-bonded design. So just starting with the front, the hood, the front end is big, and these trucks need that. It's a big engine, has a ton of capability, and we need to express that clearly. And I like to think of the front grille as starting really from the cowl. And that starts from the driver. So the driver is linked to the hood and to the grille, and it is a menacing front end. And we purposely wanted to make it aggressive and a bit intimidating. It's a big truck. So our identity is really we're expressing a hex, this kind of hexagon hex shape with these beveled corners that look strong and tough. And unified too. Unified, we call this, the hood to the front, this kind of strong center core that, sets up the foundation for, the facial identity. So let's go ahead and spin it around to the side. And what you'll notice, one thing I want to point out too, because this is an all-new platform, we were able to push the cowl back compared to the current Tundra, and this gives us a long, proper hood to look strong and powerful. So I really love that aspect. Now looking at the side view, full-size trucks have long wheelbases, and it needs a good foundation. So you'll notice this big rocker beam, this big chiseled edge here and rocker that runs all the way from the front to the back. And that sets up stability and a good foundation for the new Tundra. Now beyond that, it's athletic. This is active recreation. So we created these strong wheel flares with this chiseled design language. I like to call it, chiseled liquid. And it creates a nice contrast to set up the athletic expression. And something else we tried new on full-size trucks is a blacked out A-pillar, and it creates kind of this helmet visor image that runs all the way back. It has a long stretch cabin, and it looks premium and it looks sophisticated. So let's go ahead and spin it around to the rear. So one thing I want to point out that we're really proud of is, if you look at our competitors' trucks, they have a bumper that looks very added on, and there's a huge gap between the body and the bumper. So we created this integrated side bumper cap that just looks more sophisticated, and I think it unifies the entire truck front to back. When you step up to the truck, just take a look at the plan view sweep of the tailgate. You know, most of our competitors have, you know, flat, pretty boring tailgates. This has a lot of volume and a lot of 3D character, and it's a two-piece tailgate actually, so we can get this really strong spoiler that actually adds aero benefit and creates a nice crisp, you know, crease, so it looks, you know, really strong. Oh, one thing I just want to point out on the front end too is those outboard intakes are functional as well. We eliminated any intakes that are not functional, and you might remember on the current Tundra there's a front grill slot, and we eliminated that too because it wasn't really a functional slot. We wanted authenticity to take center stage on this new Tundra. Okay, let's take a quick look at some of the interior features. Mainly on the interior, we really set out to challenge a new taste and a new architecture in the instrument panel. And if you take a look at what our competitors are doing, they pretty much divide up their instrument panel into three sections. There's a huge center stack with a lot of functions. There's a driver's meter and there's a passenger zone. And we felt that it looked a little bit confined and didn't really express the width of the interior. These are big trucks. So we set out to create a horizontal design image. And again, pulling from the beam on the exterior, you'll notice there's a strong beam architecture to the instrument panel. Beyond that, we have the vents, and we have a large 14-inch display that are all interlocked into the IP. The console's also interlocked into the IP. So again, pulling from this interlock design language from the exterior, we brought it into the interior. And when you hop in the truck, pay attention to the center console because we created a split armrest. And again, what our competitors do is they have just a big padded armrest, and the center area is pretty useless. So we really wanted to create a functional zone where the customer could place small personal items. So we spent a lot of time really thinking about the convenience and handy storage for the customer. And one thing I'm really proud of, and you know, please check this out if you have a chance, but for the startup welcome screen on the meter, we want to create a bit of an aspirational, inspirational message to our customers. So we picked 5 national park scenes, and these scenes will cycle through. Every time you start your truck, a new national park scene will come up, and it's just a reminder for a customer to get out and do something fun in their truck. So we really love that part. It has a very cinematic, beautiful, kind of grand expression. One last thing, just want to talk about when we think about grades. We have a lot of grades for Tundra, and we need that because our customers have a lot of different lifestyles. But we really approached it from a lifestyle value point of view, not necessarily just from an economic point of view, but really trying to think about how each of our customers would be using these trucks and trying to customize a grade that would satisfy their lifestyle.
There you go. There's some more in-depth videos on the 2022 Toyota Tundra. I'm putting together an entire playlist. I have several videos. I have my likes, dislikes. I have chief designer, chief engineers. I got what's new. I got lots of stuff going on. Check the playlist up over here. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.